Hello! Welcome to episode 4. Episode 4 of Watching Pixels Dry. We missed last week. Sorry.
The unmedicated podcast.
Yeah, the unmedicated podcast.
That would be a better name.
My name is Mikopath. I am with DC.
I'm DC. I'm not medicated.
And
That's
Rowan.
bad.
I'm also not medicated.
I'm also not medicated. And the grand return of our intern, our diversity hire, Sammy.
It is not good to be back. These people fucking hate me.
We do.
I'm going
Listen,
to
Sammy, we didn't have a Toon
HR.
representative, okay? We had to do this for tax cuts.
True.
What do you want?
Well, I've been working on it.
Listen,
And I've been
Mr.
improving. I
Bezos
hope
was
you
not
guys can
happy
see
that
my-
we fired you. He understood, but we had to have you back. And just
Yeah.
let's
I talked to him
keep the HR
personally.
violations
Did we?
on the low, alright? So from
Did we
now
have to have
on,
him back?
don't
Alright.
lie about what
Rowan,
beverage
you're gonna
you
get
drink.
reported to HR again for the 50th time. Okay, we can't have that.
I
Well, I
didn't
don't-
say the word again.
You said you wanted to rim job my fucking father, okay? Shut up.
I said that to you in confidence. Dude.
Things are getting heated in here, bro.
Things are getting
Alright,
heated.
Can we
Let's
fucking
get
talk
back
about
on
how
topic.
Can we
the
talk about our
hell
beverages,
week
please? Can we talk
we've
about our
all
beverages, please?
shut up! Shut up! Fuck up! We've got
You
through
can
a
tell
hell
there's no
week.
medication.
Oh my god, bro. No one's gonna listen to this.
We've had a hell
Getting to the
week.
bit.
It's been a hell of a week. We've all gone through shit, and it's fucking
Indeed.
sucked. I got robbed. I guess that's the first thing that I
Yeah,
should talk
about it.
Sure.
I went to, it was 1 a.m. and it was night, it was a pitch night, and I live around a bunch of families and shit, right? So I didn't want to be loud. I hate being loud. And I turn on my car thinking I'm just gonna go get a quick McDonald's, and it's fucking like 5 times as loud as usual, and I almost shit myself because my car is so loud. It's fucking pitch black at night. I'm not looking underneath my car and getting face fucked by a raccoon. So I just go back inside and I'm like, fuck it, I'll look at it in the morning. The morning comes, still making that noise, and I look under and there's just a fucking, there's like a pipe underneath my car and like frayed wires. And there's like a pipe with a fucking like angle cut out of it. And I'm like, what the fuck? Somebody stole my fucking catalytic converter.
Did so someone angle grinded your
Some crackhead fucking went underneath my truck and fucking went at like fucking 5 p.m. and nobody said anything.
The platinum harvest.
most hated neighbor in the town.
And I'm like, fuck! So I call the cops, and the cops are like being cunts to me too. They're like, okay, sir, where did this happen? And I'm like, it happened in the apartment parking lot that I live in. And he goes, okay, sir, I don't know where that is. Can you tell me the address? I don't know. Fucking tell me ask for the address then, you fuckhead. You stupid bitch. Don't fucking come in here and be like, oh, I don't know. Don't fucking be sarcastic. You're not on an 80s sitcom, you fat fuck. God damn it. So then I have to wait like an hour for this fuckhead to get here so he can dust for prints, take his little fucking gay pictures so I can go file for a fucking rental car because that's what the fucking guy at the dealership said. I called the guy at the dealership. I'm like, hey, this car you guys gave me, somebody fucking jacked some shit from it. What do? He said, just bring it in, and we'll get you a rental. We'll cover the entire thing. I was actually, like, fucking optimistic. I'm like, oh, hey, that sounds pretty good. Sounds like it's gonna be fine. My parents point out you're not 21 yet. They won't let you rent a car. Fuck. So then I like, the cop comes. He gives me his report thing, like the card with the report number on it. I'm like, okay. I go to the dealership. I'm like, okay, so what are we gonna do here? Well, we can get you a shuttle to take you home, but you're just not going to have a car for a bit. Fucking sick. Perfect. Great. So, and it's like, we're going to be 6 fucking months.
6
I'm getting
months?
a rental. My parents are getting me a rental, so I'm fine. But it's very fucking annoying that just for like a week, I don't have a car. I was literally going to call with Rowan, and I was like, hey, I'm going to go get some burgers or some shit. And then I was like, fuck! I don't have a car! And I was like, haha.
Oh, that hurts. That
Horrendous.
Fucking
Jesus.
sucked.
yeah.
I had to deal with that for like 2 fucking days, and it was fucking shitty.
Well, you know what they say.
Anyway,
What do they say? What do they say?
What do they say?
thank you, Sammy. So, while I'm dealing with all that shit, Rowan
No. I want to know what they say.
Sammy,
You think
what
I'm
did
an
they
all-knowing
say?
being? You think I know what everyone fucking
You
says?
said
So you don't know
know
what
what
they
they
say.
say.
I was
So
just referencing something that I thought people would say.
No, you don't quote the gods and then just say like, "Oh, I don't know what they said." You fucking.
You think a mere mortal can comprehend
This
the
is
gods?
why you got fired.
Because I'm a genius?
These falsehoods.
You're challenging
that you
fucking
peddle.
Alcatraz outside, and it's not gonna fucking work out for us. We're gonna get our rent jacked up.
Pick
God
an
damn
art
it,
style,
this
mate.
room is expensive.
We don't have to pay rent, dog. What do you mean? We exist with outside the bounds of time and space.
Oh yeah, Sammy?
The
Pick an
rent,
art
I
style,
mean-
please.
I mean, just basically the tolerance that they have for not killing us and shit. That's basically what I fucking mean.
Okay. Hey,
You're fucking-
and it's not my fault I'm going through an identity crisis.
I know, I
Mikopath.
know. Shit's crazy. But, alright. I'm gonna forgive you for
Fucking-
what you said. DC,
You gay
continue.
little Garfield knockoff.
Whoa! This is the official. This is the official Garfield.
I am actually official Garfield.
You're
I
just a
emailed Jim
bootleg
Davis
merch.
about it.
That's your origin story. You're just bootleg
Made
merch.
in China.
Speaking of merch, the first video of the podcast is almost at like 1,000 views, and
Why are you saying
I was-
speaking of merch?
what?
Why are you saying speaking of merch?
Well, if you let him finish
You
his
let me
sentence...
speak.
All right.
He's getting to it. He's getting to
He's
it.
getting to it, man.
The first video is dangerously close to 1,000 views, and I made a promise in that video that if the video got to 1,000 views, I would make real life Death to New Mexico shirts. But the problem is, I do not own the font that I used for that shirt. That is, I cannot.
How much
use-
is the
I
I'll
cannot-
license?
make one. We can make one.
I don't know how much the
Why don't you
license
just
is.
draw it?
Yeah, exactly. We
Just draw over
out.
it.
Okay.
Just
Well,
write on like a fucking
Just
piece
like,
of blackboard.
yeah, and then,
Death
but,
to New Mexico.
yeah. I'll tell you what, if all of the episodes that are currently out get 1,000 views, Sammy, you should make one for everyone, so we can all have Death to New Mexico shirts.
I'll tell you what.
one for like their respective locations, like Death to Greenwich.
Death to Norwich, you mean.
Greenwich.
Death to
Well,
Norwich, Death to
originally-
Orpington.
Originally your shirt was Death to America, but then you changed it to
Dot.
Death to New Mexico.
Yeah, 'cause
Dogs.
Death to Mexico is funny.
I can censor it if you like.
You know what? If this podcast gets 1 like, I'll commit this domestic.
But
You can't say that, Rowan. You can't say that.
for every like this podcast gets, we'll give $1 to ISIS. We swear to God.
Oh my
You
god.
can't say that.
The dollar.
I'm bleeping this.
It's
out.
worthless
For
to them.
every-
They don't
DC,
fucking
finish your
use it.
fucking story.
The
That's
sand
it.
people.
That's the entire bit.
The sand
I was
people
gonna
aren't
move
that
on to
accurate.
Rowan fucking baking alive in
Oh
his
yeah,
house.
okay. Well, let's talk about Rowan's week of hell then.
Oh.
Rowan,
Yeah.
talk about
I,
your week.
I boiled alive. It's hit its record temperatures in the UK. It's like 2 degrees higher than
You
like
live in an
ever
attic.
before. And I literally live in an attic, no AC. The sun rises. I have a 45-degree slant for my room, so the sun's baking the side of my room for like 9 hours of the day, and
I
I
didn't
get
realize-
cooked alive.
And you have blackout curtains, which are
I have
absorbing
blackout
all the heat.
curtains.
I didn't
and
realize
I have
that
to render.
didn't have AC.
Some people do, not me.
But yeah, but normally you guys don't have AC, right?
No.
Well, fucking probably in like Spain and shit.
No, my
That's,
my
like,
parents
so
have AC
weird to
at their
me.
house, but you have like, it's not customary because it doesn't get hot here.
I know, but still, like, wouldn't you fucking? It still gets to 80 degrees, and your house is like fucking made to insulate heat.
Yeah, but that's
right?
like but the thing is like, in the UK when it gets hot, it's like hot for maybe a week and a half total every year. That's not enough to own AC. And even now, as hot as it is, it's still not frequently hot enough for us to need AC.
Me and Sammy just
Sure.
do not.
We just suffer
it's
for a
not-
couple weeks.
It's
Oh, no, it's been
inconceivable to
awful
live
here.
without AC.
Yeah, that's how
Yeah.
we were living.
We
I
live in
was
southern
dying.
Texas. No,
Also-
not Texas, southern U.S.
also, fucking, I have a project I'm working on at the moment with like a procedural planet shader thing. I'm doing in Blender. I have to render a bunch of animations,
Oh yeah.
which like puts my PC on full tilt, like 100%. And I cannot do that while it's too hot. I did it
900
once.
Celsius
I almost
CPU.
died.
Yeah,
I
you
actually
tried.
almost died. It was actual hell. I
I
couldn't get off
remember
my chair.
my house was like 80 degrees one time, and I fucking hated it. I couldn't do anything but like sit in my underwear.
It's probably like 105.
I spent
It's probably
pretty
like
much all of
105
last
in
week
my
in my
room.
underwear.
No, my house was 80 degrees, not in the fucking outside. My house.
It was probably
80 degrees
it was probably hotter
inside.
in my room than outside.
Yep, same.
Probably. That's because you guys are fucking weird, cold people.
Yeah.
Weird cold.
Weird
people.
cold
Also, is it
people.
humid in where you guys live? Is
Oh,
it humid?
it's so humid. That's the problem. Like, the heat isn't that bad. It's just so humid.
Exactly.
What is the
Imagine
humidity
living
where I
in
am
an
right now?
island.
Oh.
Huh?
Okay. Humidity's only 31 today. It was 70 yesterday.
Living in an island would be fucking hell. It absolutely would, Sammy.
Yeah, it would. Good thing we live in the U.S.
Good thing we live in an island
Just a
nation.
big
We live on the
island.
we live like next to the Gulf of Mexico. So
I don't
it's
live
like-
next to the Gulf of Mexico. That's
Oh,
all
I
me.
do.
That's all you, brother.
Yeah,
There's
it's
Gulf?
fucking hell.
Sammy
Yes.
lives next to Heisenberg, right next
Wait,
I
there.
live
Rowan,
right-
what the fuck do you mean? Is there a Gulf? Yes.
The Gulf of Mexico.
You're fucking. I said there's golf. You dickhead.
Sorry, give us shitty
You
mics.
dick-
So, Sammy,
Yes.
while you were fired,
Yeah.
what have you been up to?
Crack.
Well, you know, I've been in the great state of Ohio. It was all right.
Banished.
Is that the
I
chunk
had
arrow?
fun.
Was it like a school thing or just a family thing?
No, family thing. Went for a graduation party that I didn't even end up going to because I had to leave a day early, but that's fine, right? And then all this week, I got back home on Sunday last week, so about a week ago. And you know, Monday I started like doing school stuff, so this next week is packed for me,
I don't,
but I'm excited for it.
I'm confused.
Does this get interesting?
It's July. Why are you still doing school shit?
It's for
He's doing extracurriculars.
Oh, God.
Yeah. And then, okay, so the day is kind of split up from morning shifts and and evening shifts, right? So we get 3 hours in between each shift of just do whatever the fuck you want time. And I'm a senior this year, so I can just drive around town wherever I want. And all my friends are seniors, right? So we drove by Heisenberg's house.
For the 5th time.
Yeah. We drove by Heisenberg's house, and one of my friends does a really, really good Jesse Pinkman impression, right? And we were driving by this lady's house, and my friend was yelling out of my car window, "Hey, Mr. White, I think a lady broke into your house, Mr. White." And she was freaking the fuck out. It was so
She's
good.
gonna kill you guys. She fucking
She's
hates
awful,
you.
dude.
You keep driving by your fucking
No,
house!
she's literally just doing it for attention. Like,
She sits outside and just waits for people to come and slow their cars down in front of her house
like
just
this-
so
it's-
she can yell at them.
It's like the shit that happened to
She
the
gets-
the Gumball house.
yeah.
They had to get like blur down Google fucking Earth because everyone kept fucking going to it and fucking
Yep.
with it.
That's funny.
It's so funny.
I want to see the blue cat. Let me in.
Show me the blue cat now.
The orange
Rowan's a
fish.
furry.
I
Rowan's a
know it's
furry.
in there somewhere.
Rowan,
By the
Rowan
way-
is a furry. That is true.
We found this out. I found this out earlier. Rowan has so many fucking Judy Hopps pictures just on his PC.
No,
I
he
do. I have a
doesn't.
singular one.
He just
there is a
sends them from
singular
a
one
meme-
in
from a
the
meme
meme
Yeah,
folder.
what's that singular one of, Rowan? It's of her pulling your pants down, her ass cheeks hanging out. Shut up.
Can't show that
Put
one.
the
picture on
image.
screen right
Put
now.
the, put the
I
image on
knew that.
screen.
I knew it.
Also, you have a persona. Shut up.
That Terry made it for me. It's cool.
It is cool.
It's cute.
You're just jealous.
DC is just jealous.
Yeah.
It's so true.
I don't give a fuck about furries.
DC's
I
just
jerk off
jealous
to
because
furry
there's no
porn all the
animals
time.
that are TV shaped.
Fuck no, they're not robotic. That's the fucking
Yeah.
issue.
See,
Goddamn.
you can't talk about
Cynical knockoff.
being called
I
furries
like
with,
robots.
Yeah, you're a
That's
robot
not
fucker.
fucking
so-
animals.
Furries aren't animals. They're anthros. It's different.
It's
They got
different.
animal dicks. That's weird to me. I know
Some of them do. Not all of them.
Yeah, but the ones that
I don't know why
really...
we're talking about the anatomy of furries. Can we please stop? My dad watches this podcast.
My parents do
This shit.
Why does
I
your
think
dad?
we should.
Why do all of your parents watch this fucking podcast?
Because they're excited about what I'm doing.
Because they are invested in my
I have
career.
meaningful connections with my parents. Ugh.
Well, we can talk about meaningful connections with my parents. I have a story.
Oh no.
Oh, God.
So,
Please do tell.
I'm gonna set the scene for you. It
Okay.
was
I'm already there.
It
I'm
was.
already there.
Easter of 2010. I was
yesterday.
7. I think. Something around there. 7 or 8. Young. It's Easter of 2010. My uncle, my stepfather's brother, came to visit. And we were playing with a football, a soccer ball, as you would call it.
Oh.
We were playing with a football in a little field, and okay,
It's
I
a
should
hexagon
stress this.
ball?
I should stress this from here. What I'm gonna state is my perspective of this memory, and then I'm gonna tell you what actually happened. So,
Yes.
we're playing with the football. I kick it to my uncle, then I walk in front of my mum. My uncle tells me to get out of the way because he's about to kick the ball to my mum, and then immediately kicks it into my face, nose bleeding, all of that stuff.
Yeah, good job.
I love that shit.
Except, it was not my uncle. It was my stepdad. And then over the months later, they would tell me, "Do you remember how Rod kicked the ball in your face? Do you remember how your uncle kicked the ball in your face?"
They gaslit
They
you.
did, and that no matter how much I know the truth, the memory in my head is my uncle beaming a football at me.
Bro,
That is
and-
insane.
And it's so funny because like later on, me and my parents talked about it, and I find it so interesting that it completely went over my head. Like, didn't notice at all. The football didn't. The football got me in the face. But my
No, it's
the fact that my
I'm sorry.
go on.
Rowan, like you're saying, and it looks so insane. And the road posted the fucking Judy Hopps picture.
I know. Rowan, what did I say about posting shit while we record? This is why we yell at you.
Posting Judy Hopps shit.
Send it to
you
Terry or
fucking-
something.
Send it to her like Terry sends me your fucking fan fiction. I fucking hate that.
Yeah.
But anyway, point being, yeah, my parents did gaslight me, like, just for fun, just to see if they could.
Did you see what happened?
Just to see what would happen. Neil, my
Child
stepdad, kicked the
experimentation.
ball in my face. 100%. He actually did. But in my memory, clear as day, my uncle.
This is
Brain
tremendous.
damage.
They planned on doing this.
Can
for,
we get like a
years.
baby photo of Mike and like edit it to where Homelander, like when he's in the fucking lab and shit, can we put your head on his?
No.
God damn it, fine.
Is this like the
It's like MK Ultra.
No, it's like the origin of the dent. Like you
No,
I was
the ball hit
about
me in
to
the
say.
nose. The ball hit me in the nose. The ball did
collateral
not.
The
damage.
shockwave.
man.
The
Collateral
shockwave.
damage.
It made your head flatten like a soccer
Created a
ball.
sine wave
It
in my
turned your
head.
head into a soccer ball. It made him flatten like one.
I hate you guys. I hate you.
Fucking loser.
But
Holy
I can hear
fuck.
the tears.
I genuinely, I love that story because it just because I wonder maybe they gaslit me about other things and didn't tell me.
No, that's
Yeah.
fucking hilarious.
It
I
is.
love that story.
I have another like mildly funny story that I could tell.
Please.
This is it's a funeral story, but it's hilarious.
Oh.
So we were at a
Hilarious.
I was in the US. I was in home country visiting my father, and while I was with him, like extended family member named Gus.
Uh-huh.
And you know the funny thing, Gus was also known in the family and kind of in the entire town as the Candy Man, because he used to just always have sweets on him. He just loved sweets,
Oh.
and he would just give them out. And he was like a
Always
really
took a
nice
turn.
dude, really nice dude. But I didn't
Yeah.
know him that well, so the funeral like wasn't that. I wasn't very emotionally invested in the funeral. I was just like, this is sad generally.
You were a
but
kid
like,
at a funeral, yeah.
But well, I wasn't. This is like 4 years ago, maybe 5.
Oh,
So not a
okay.
long time ago. and we're sort of approaching the end of the funeral. They're about to lower him into the ground and such, and the preacher is saying like, "Oh, he'll be remembered," blah 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 blah, the normal stuff. And I'm standing next to my dad, and then maybe like a meter and a half in front of us are my grandma and my grandpa, and
Yeah.
my grandpa is very hard of hearing, but he's also completely not self-aware. So the preacher's going, "Oh, he'll be remembered. He was beloved by all." And my grandpa leans to my grandma and goes, "I can't hear nothing." like everyone heard it, and me and my dad like side eye each other, and we're holding our laughter in so hard. Why? Grandpa just out loud, so loud. "I can't hear nothing."
I'm crying. Just like Gus. It's Gus from Breaking Bad.
It's Gus and Mike. Put your
Let
dick
me
away,
die,
Walter.
Walt. I can't hear nothing.
Put your dick away,
Walter, I can't hear nothing. When
At Walt's funeral.
when I tell
That's
Terry that
interesting.
story,
It's
she
the
fucking
Walt
cracks
crying
up
face.
every time. Every time I
so
do that,
good.
I can't, because I like my grandpa has a very gravelly voice. It's like so deep. He's like I can't hear nothing. And he's like just this old white guy.
Holy fuck.
I can't hear nothing.
And he's standing. This is the thing. He's standing directly in front of the preacher. Like he's immediately in front. Like I didn't stress that. Like he's in the front row of these people standing around this casket. Like it was his brother, and I'm standing like just a little bit back. I'm like,
Mike,
I can't hear nothing.
you have to put that GIF in that Rowan posted.
Okay.
Oh, that fucking got me. Good.
Good.
I'm pissing myself.
Oh, there should have been.
I can't hear nothing.
I can't hear nothing.
No, it's
Good.
I can't hear nothing.
Just Mike sitting at a funeral.
Standing.
He's at Walt's funeral. He leans over to Jesse.
Good.
I can't hear nothing.
Okay, Rowan, that was good. Stop posting shit, okay?
Stop posting about Among Us, Rowan.
I forgot how funny that
Stop.
story was, man.
Oh,
Oh, my
God.
side hurts.
Every time I tell
that-
Terry that story, she loves it.
is that everyone's story about the Herald Week, though? Is that everyone's? We can talk about how Comic-Con happened and how it was stupid.
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah,
I didn't
Comic-Con.
even
The
know
only-
it was on.
Like
The
it's
only
amazing.
good thing was the smiling friend shit.
Comic Con
That was
is insane to me because, like, for the past few months, like, pretty much since Phase 4 of Marvel started, everyone's kind of been shitting on Marvel for once, which was really nice to see. And now
Yeah.
they've announced Phase 5, all of those people have been drowned out. They have been completely drowned out, and all of the fucking NPC, like, content enjoyers have returned to fill our Twitter feeds with shit we don't care about for another 10 years.
Yeah.
You're gonna see so many stan accounts for fictional characters in the next like 2
Well,
to 5 years.
But-
I don't not expect that. It's just like people shat on Marvel, and they were
Yeah.
like, "Oh, finally!" Like the only people I've seen like still shitting on Marvel are like Kevin Feige walking into his VFX department after they find out they have to make two Avengers movies in 1 year. Like no one's gonna be there. They should.
Marvel
The
movies
CGI
are basically
fell
animated
off.
films
Yeah,
at this
it's
point.
well, no. Let's not misinform people here, Ryan. The CGI did not fall off. Marvel fell off because they don't
Yeah.
like give these creators enough time. The CGI
Bro, did you
fell off
see the
because
shit
they are
they were
rushing.
You're telling me they fell off?
I'm telling
Rowan,
you
no,
that they
did you
are
see, like,
overworked to shit.
The way they make those films now, they just do pre-visualization for every like major thing.
Every
and
shot.
It's so much work to do that.
Ron, did
So
you
you're
go,
telling
did
me
you
the
go,
CGI fell off?
Ron, did you ever go
so
on the
fat.
school trips to like any of the VFX studios when we were in Brit?
Possibly.
Okay, I'm gonna take that as a no. So
You can't ask Rowan
we
like
went
cohesive
we went
questions.
to
You won't
one of
understand
the
them.
major studios, and they showed us some of the stuff that was like about to come out, which I'm pretty sure they weren't allowed to do, but they did anyway. And like they direct the movie, like the VFX artists kind of direct the movie, especially with Marvel. They do previs of every shot. Like
the previs, by the way, is just like slightly less like
okay. Previs
like,
is
bare
is
minimum
just clapped
version
bare
of what
minimum movie.
Yeah.
But like the
Roblox.
camera work will end up being the same. Like the way the characters move will be relatively the same. It's just refinement. But the CGI did fall off, but it's not for lack of trying. They just have to make
So
10
it
Marvel
did
projects a
fall
year.
Well, that
Yeah, I
and
know.
we only see like the ones they end up using. They probably have like 5 different ones for each movie that they just never ended up using. That's the really shitty thing about it.
I hope that VFX studios start boycotting Marvel.
Unionize.
Marvel needs a fucking wake-up call. They cannot work people this hard. And because then the people that take the brunt are the VFX artists. As you said, the CGI fell off. It's not Kevin Feige catching shit. It's them. It's not their fault. The same thing happened with Cats. Like, Cats is awful, right? But the VFX was not their fault. Tom Hooper, the director, decided that they wouldn't use mocap suits. So they had to hand animate everything. Of course it was going to come out shit.
Well, no, wait.
And also James
Chappie.
Corden's in it, so...
You know the movie Chappie? That has amazing, like, CGI, and
But
they
the thing
didn't. No, they didn't. They matched the frames.
But
they
the
didn't
thing is,
mocap Chappie.
they weren't
Okay,
rushed.
Rowan, that's fucked though.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
fucked.
It's not.
It's fucked.
It makes sense for
I'm
him.
saying it can work.
But yeah, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, for a movie that would work better if they had just used mocap suits, and then rushed a movie out 6 months before it was supposed to release, they just decided they were going to release it for Christmas, and then
Cyberpunk moment.
like
Holy-
Cats came out unfinished. There's shots
Even-
where Judi Dench has human hands.
Yeah, even in like cases where it's like bad CGI got a good CGI, like the Sonic movie.
Yeah.
The studio that fixed it shut down like 2 months after that movie released.
Hell.
Genuinely,
It was a good movie.
the VFX artists get the fucking shit end of the stick. It's so
They
unfair.
really do, yeah. But in good news, and what I was originally talking about, Smiling Friends.
True.
They're doing like some cool ass shit. Is it a movie or is it
It's
just like another
a
season?
special.
It's a
Smiling
special.
Friends go to
It's a
Brazil.
special.
I'm so excited.
Oh no, not Brazil.
it's gonna be good. I know it's gonna be good.
Zach
I
is
love
such a creature, man.
it. Yeah.
I love
He's
Zach.
A good creature.
I bought their new... I mean, Tien bought a new pin set for me. I just asked, like, as a joke, if someone would buy it for me, and Tien ordered it, which is really nice of him. Shout out Tien.
Shout out Tien. Tien's a cool guy.
Did I ever talk about how I got fired
No, you
on
haven't.
there?
Good.
Oh,
Not at length, I don't think.
I got an office job, you know, like typical shit, and I was feeling bored, and I spent like a week in training. They had to do like a whole classroom thing with it, and it fucking sucked ass. And that's literally like where I did a lot of work for watching Pixels Dry, literally, because I was just sitting there designing shit because I was so bored in that fucking classroom. And finally, we're about to start doing the work. Rowan, I'm gonna fucking rearrange your nutsack. Shut up.
Flash that
Rowan just
image on
posted
screen
it.
real
will.
quick.
Yeah. They called me in a week after doing all this bullshit when I could finally start doing the work they brought me in for. And they say, yeah, we're going to have to let you go because you failed a drug test. And I'm sitting there just confused out of my fucking mind because there's no drugs that I really do. I don't do any drugs. I have my prescription drugs though. And they just never called me or asked me if I took prescription drugs. And I thought I told them about it. Mike, and now you're doing the same
I was
shit.
the wrong place. I'll just cut it out. I'll just cut it out. Don't complain and I can cut it out.
I'm complaining.
So,
we're making this a
I'm-
big thing.
You're such a retard, Rowan. Shut up. So, and it turns out that they just never called me about my prescription, and so they fired me because I'm on ADHD meds, literally. So, I guess I'm just out of a job again.
That's
so that's cool.
so fucking shitty, man. What if
They
what
still
if
paid me, thank God.
I recently got a
but-
job? What if they do the same thing for me when I go in for my induction?
Just
They're like,
tell them you have meds.
Yes.
That's all you have to do.
Well, I told them in my interview that I wouldn't need any accommodation, which I think is true.
Well, that's fine. Like, meds aren't accommodation.
True. I'm not debilitatingly ADHD.
If they just make you do a drug test, you have to say, hey, I have a prescription. It's this. I can prove I have this prescription.
That's true. I actually
then they
keep
just
my
won't-
prescription on me, so...
I don't do that because I'm not. That's fucking stupid.
Well, I
hate
don't do it
doing
on
that.
purpose. It just hasn't left my wallet.
Me and DC were talking earlier that I should get fucking what's the thing where you get money from the government?
Oh,
Disability.
benefits.
Not doing. Yeah, we're talking about me getting benefits and saying I have a disability. They say any proof. I send them my meme folder.
Rowan was saying that he should edit all the videos in his meme folder into one massive video, and I said just send that into the government so you can get fucking disability from them.
Okay, Rowan. Last episode we shut you down when you tried to talk
Shut
about the
me
meme
down.
folder. I think it's time you explain what the meme
Did you?
folder is for the uninformed.
Okay, so me and Mike have known each other for what, like 4 years?
Yeah.
Now or something.
Approaching 5.
So we've had like a Discord server like this entire time. And
Neither of
every
us
day
have lost our accounts. So
we've sent like fucking hundreds of memes like each day, pretty much through like all this time. And then at the end of last year, like December last year, I went through all the servers we've been in, and any meme that I found slightly funny, I saved to my PC. So I have a file on my desktop that's like 5 gigs, and it has like nearly 5,000 files that are just memes. And I've started doing a second one. I've started making a second one because
If the
we've
government's
sent a
listening,
lot
it's
more.
all.
Not all of it.
Aw, Rowan!
Some of it's that image I sent earlier.
There's been a few times where like we sat through some of the memes in the meme folder, and it's like radiation therapy almost. It's just like,
You guys laugh.
okay,
You guys laugh
most of them
so
are
much.
funny. There are a handful
Most
that
of
are
them are
unfunny.
funny.
It kills your brain cells though with how stupidly funny some of them are.
No, I
That's
love
We
it.
should-
you
we
fucking
should-
use
we should-
TikTok.
We
What
should
do
do
you
that. We
mean?
should watch the meme folder as a detox after this session.
No,
Yeah, we
Yes.
should.
God,
Yes,
no.
yes.
I
I've
will.
added more. I've added more.
Fuck no, I'm
Yes.
not doing it.
We
You
are.
can die, DC.
Wimp.
I'd
Well.
happily die than go through that shit again. Fuck you.
Oh,
Alright, bye.
speaking of a cool thing that's happened recently, Mike, you'll know what I'm talking about. But in Star Citizen, it's a game. If you don't know, shush,
Shut up.
DC. I fucking okay. Also, with Star Citizen, I purchased DC Star Citizen. He didn't like it, and then refunded the game to his bank account.
I'm sorry.
Okay, but anyway, in game,
Free money.
recently with a new alpha, they've increased the player cap to like 120, and like yesterday, some guy got an 890 jump, the biggest ship in the game, and they had 115 people on that ship,
That's incredible.
and it was not lagging at all, and they were flying around.
That's
and
really
shit.
impressive.
It
actually.
was mad.
But actually,
It was so
speaking
cool.
of stars, James Webb Telescope.
True.
Oh, yeah.
We were going to talk about that last week before we had to postpone
Shit's
the
insane.
recording session. The shit is insane.
It's insane.
Blood sacrifice.
The shit is insane. It's so cool. What is your
James
what is your
Webb Space
favorite
Telescope
of the James Webb Telescope images?
Definitely the image. You go on, DC.
Phantom Galaxy.
I
Which
like
one?
the Southern Ring Nebula image. It's gorgeous.
Which
See,
one?
I like the image they did to test the infrared sensors. That
Mm.
was in turn also the largest picture of the universe we've ever taken.
Is that the one with the gravitational lensing? Because that's my favorite one. You know where
I'm
the
unsure.
it's that one. It's the square one where like in the middle there's a huge galaxy and the galaxies behind it. The light's getting like warped around because of
Oh,
the
no.
gravity. I'll send her the image of the
Yeah,
one I'm talking
send it
about.
in and I'll throw it up.
If we want to talk about like recent space photos, they got a bunch of like very raw, like really crystal clear fucking photos of Mars recently,
Did they?
and it looks like it has sepia tone all over it. You know, like the filter
That's
that's
cool.
just like sepia. And apparently you can actually like stream it in VR and shit. That's pretty cool.
Why is
Oh,
Google
I'm back.
Images being
I
like
love
shit?
space so much. Space is fascinating. I want to understand it more.
I wish Star Citizen was better so I could play it.
Yeah,
Bro,
same.
fucking. So they're actually working already on a new telescope because obviously the longevity of a telescope like James Webb is only like 10 years.
Yeah.
So they're already working
This
on a
one?
new one, and I think its focus is it has, I forget how it works. Basically, let's use the Hubble as an example. the Hubble took this really wide image of like a part of our sky, and it took like 3 years and hundreds of images to take.
The
and,
ultra deep field.
Yeah,
That's the one.
and the new image from this new telescope, it's projected that it could probably make the same image with more depth in 3 hours with 3 pictures.
I said this when I first saw that photo. It looks like an arcade carpet or like an I Spy book page.
Yeah.
True.
Mm-hmm.
It does. But
Yeah, I don't know why. I think it's just because like there's not really a real black in it. It's all just like really.
do you guys like know like the scale of that from where we are right now? Like how big that is? Did you read the description of that picture?
No.
Which one?
So what we're seeing there in that picture is like holding a grain of sand at arm's length up to the sky and then looking at the grain of sand. That's the scale of the sky that we're seeing.
I've heard of that. Yeah.
That's the portion.
That's insane.
What the fuck
Do
is that saying?
you know how
There is life. There has to
those
be.
those two smears are the same galaxy warped by the gravity.
That's so cool.
Also, a thing about James Webb, it's so light sensitive that say you had a candle on the moon, it can detect something 100 times less bright than that from Earth. Like imagine a candle 100 times less bright than a normal candle on the moon, and then seeing that from Earth, it can see that. It's insane.
I think the issue I have with like caring about space is that I'm never gonna be out there, you know.
But the fact that we can even get an idea is amazing. Like,
yeah, but
in the very short time that the James Webb has been out there, it's like taken detailed scans of WASP B and like,
and that's cool.
And
that's cool.
figured
like,
out that it
sick.
has water there. Like that shit is. And they were observing another cluster of planets, like 3 habitable planets in one solar system. Like that's amazing. And just knowing that stuff.
It's cool for knowledge's sake, but it's just like I can't like when I see a big fuck off picture of the galaxy like that, and you talk about like how big the scale of all of it is and shit like that. I cannot bring myself to care because it's so disconnected from like anything I'm gonna have anything to do with.
I think I agree with that, but at the same time, that just I like the feeling of wonder. Like it's not really about caring. Like I don't.
Yeah, if
what am I gonna know?
No, I know. I'm saying like that's what I mean. Like I can't. Caring isn't the right word. It's like I can't bring myself to be like mesmerized by it because it's like okay, I'm never gonna. I don't feel the sense of adventure.
Personally, I think that image, although it is the most exciting, like in a technicality, especially in a scientific way, I think for our silly, stupid monkey brains that we have, all of the other images they took were way better because they were actually like focused, like the Southern Ring Nebula and the Stephan's Quintet, like all of those ones are really cool.
When are we gonna get a clear picture of a black hole? That's what I want to know.
We have loads.
Couple.
No, but like all the ones that we have are like kind of blurry though.
You see, you can't have an image of the black hole. You can only have an image of the accretion disk around it. You can like.
Meet your science pussy
CC,
okay.
Don't fucking shit talk Rowan for actually talking about something he likes when we bullied him last episode.
Spitting facts gets denied.
Making fun of it for being a fucking nerd.
What do you mean being a nerd?
Why can't we get a good picture of the secretion disk? Like why can't we get a better picture of it? It's all blurry.
In time.
Well, do you see? I don't know if you've seen like how they got that image. It was like from like 30 different observatories around the whole world because you need basically to see something that far away and that small. You need a dish like a satellite dish the size of the Earth to get like any decent image.
Why can't like the satellite go like not near it? Obviously, it's gonna fucking get destroyed if it goes near it. But like, why can't it get a picture of it when it's like?
Well, you see, DC. The thing is like 8 billion light years away, so it would take approximately like 20 trillion times the age of the universe to fly there or some shit. So that's probably why they can't get a better image. I don't think you realize how far away it is. Yeah,
because I think no one can fucking comprehend how far away it is. It's fucking 30 light years.
30 light
I think
years.
isn't Stephan's quintet like 2,000 light years away?
Which one's that?
No, one of them is like millions away. It's like shit that we're just never gonna like. Yeah, sorry. Where is this one? Yeah, the one I just sent in the chat, Stefan's Quintet, is 40 million light years away.
Okay. Like, it's...
Re-
When I look at the ocean, right, it's like, I can go there, I can explore it, I'm excited, I feel adventurous, I feel like humanity will be out there and looking for shit. When I see, like, 20 million light years away in space or whatever, it's like, we're not gonna get out there.
Yeah, no.
Well, no.
But like, think
No, we're
about
not gonna get out
those
there.
galaxies in that picture. Like, we're talking like those galaxies are millions of light years across, and think about
Yeah.
all the opportunity
it-
of life that is there.
Okay,
Correction.
but is that life we're ever gonna interact with?
I don't care if we even know it exists. That's cool. Like, I never.
I know,
don't,
yeah,
like-
but that's something that's like a fact already. Like, yeah, the universe is so big, there's definitely other life out there.
yeah,
Absolutely.
but
it's
definitely,
like,
and knowing are different.
meh.
It's like loot boxes. It's like loot boxes. You look at a planet's atmosphere through
I think it's just
the
like
spectrum
we
and
feel
see if it has,
We
Do you
feel
know
like
has any
wonder
life.
and like adventure for different reasons, Mike. I feel it because I'm like, oh yeah, like mankind, humanity is gonna do something with that. With this though, it's like, it's not really gonna do anything. With it.
What do you
We've
mean?
already discovered.
It's
the
good for like
oceans,
knowledge. I
the
don't
way
mean like, oh, we're gonna do nothing with the knowledge. We obviously are, but I mean like, we're not gonna go out there. We're not gonna explore that.
No,
shit, so
I don't
feel like
expect
any-
that. I think that's a silly,
We literally
silly
I know, I'm explaining
we're
why
expectation.
I'm not-
currently,
But it doesn't
I'm
make
explaining
sense.
why I don't feel that wonder about it. That's why.
we're literally currently exploring shit. What are you
I
on
think
about?
that's a valid reason.
Not like
DC.
personally.
I think
Thank
that's
you.
a
Well,
valid
yeah,
reason
they're
not to,
making
like-
rockets. Go on, Sammy.
It's a valid reason not to like. I wouldn't say not care because you.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone doesn't care about
Terry doesn't care.
scientific discoveries.
Yeah, but Terry's got
Babe,
Babe,
Mike
come to
Lopez.
bed, and then Mike is just like on his computer looking at all these fucking space photos.
But for me, it's like I can't really wrap my head around these pictures because I can't comprehend that they even exist. You know
I
what
think
mean?
the
Like,
only the one thing that I like took from when they were showing these images off is like just the fact that all of the like stars that have the big 6 points of light are like giant stars, and then any other light source is a galaxy.
Well, no,
Mike.
Mike. The stars you see of the 6 things are in our galaxy, so that's why they're bright,
Oh,
because they're
Mike.
very close.
Mike, here's a hypothetical for you, okay? Let's say that somehow they're like, Mike, we can send you out to explore that galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everyone you know will come with you and shit like that. You won't be alone at all.
fuck
It's gonna
that.
be sick.
Firstly,
Would you... I know, but, like, wouldn't you feel, like, more excited to go do that if you were like, I'm gonna go there?
Well,
I would
we
be
wanna
excited.
explore
I
our
would be
galaxy.
excited in a different way. Like, yeah, we haven't even explored ours. Like,
Yeah, we haven't even explored one other star
That's
system.
true.
that's
You know
true. Like, we.
Like, if you said we're gonna go to, like, Jupiter or something, I'd be excited then. I'd be like,
Okay,
oh, that's gonna be
Ron,
sick!
This is a
what?
question.
Gets
for you.
ripped apart by
This
radiation.
is a question for you, Ron. Do you think in
What?
our lifetime we will successfully get something, doesn't have to be people, to a star system in our galaxy?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
With
as well.
using what's it called what are those
The
engines
slingshot
called that
method?
uses light? No,
Photon?
No.
yeah, the photon engines, whatever the fuck it's called, or light sail or something. You can accelerate to
Solar
like
sail.
over half, like it's like some percent of the speed of light. That's pretty like reasonable.
But they just need something
And
durable.
you can
enough
get
to
there. You
stay-
can get there in like
Like a ship
40.
per megafart.
You could get to the Proxima Centauri system in like 40-ish years, quite easily.
If we were ever gonna do that, I'd want to go to like a Goldilocks planet because I just want to see if there's something there,
That would be.
like something that's actually life and not just like a little
Even-
micro.
But the thing is, even microbial life that like is showing signs of sentience would be life changing.
what do you mean
Like
showing
ground-
signs of sentience?
like I mean, we were all just like fish with legs at some point, right? Like
I
anything
know,
like
but
that.
we weren't like self-aware like we are now.
No, of course not. Of course not.
Evolution. Life
Fitch.
comes from a will to live.
Yeah,
And if
the-
anything has a will to
Like
live,
there was
it's
that
us.
moon.
Yeah, that-
Damn, I guess I'm not alive.
Sammy just put it in perspective. Really, like anything that is showing like the like it's not just like doing a function, right? It's like it's a creature that is using the atmosphere to function.
You're a
Well, the
function.
microorganisms never do that. We have microorganisms on here that don't do
DC,
that
you
shit.
know what I'm saying.
I kind of do,
You
a little bit.
DC, life.
Okay, like an actual animal, right?
Like anything.
Sure.
If they find a fucking
just say
sperm,
like an animal.
that's life.
It's not like sperm
Oh,
is on
this
your
is
radar.
Hey, yeah.
No,
Pretty
no.
pro-life
Imagine
right now,
that.
Mike.
Imagine that. We finally get out like a rover on another planet, and it's rolling around. It's like, oh, we got some like a sample of the water, and there's just a single human sperm.
Some
find
devious
it.
man.
How the fuck did
Definitely
it get there?
a spaceman did that.
What the fuck? Like
Some
that would
some
throw
guy on the
everything-
some guy on the
the
ISS.
effects that would have on like
Yeah.
science would be fucking amazing to
But,
watch.
okay, that's the other thing. I think it would just be awesome to find life on another planet because of the spite and denial we would see in
Yeah.
our society. It would fuck people up so hard. Actually, there's
Do you?
scientists, I think in
Okay.
China, found out that they're
Oh.
receiving radio signals that are showing signs of a pattern. They're just really slow because they're coming
Yeah.
from really far
They're sure
away.
it's not pulsars.
They're sure it's not
Let me-
pulsars.
Let me ask something, okay? If they found out that like humans aren't even like native to the Earth, how much do you
Well-
think that would like rumble society? You know,
Okay,
like, if they found like a
well-
skeleton on another planet.
Humans,
Well, it
okay,
doesn't-
we'd have to. That's not necessarily true. So, humans are native to Earth.
Yeah,
But,
Yeah, I know.
but I get what you
We're
mean. I
related to
get what you
everything
mean.
else.
Like
Yeah.
there is you're talking about the possibility of another planet and another system with a very similar, if not
Yes.
identical, solar system layout to ours that
Exactly.
developed very similar. That would
Yeah, like,
shake
there's-
the
we find-
fabric of humanity.
We find
forever.
another like group of like living things on the planet, and it's just humans.
They
and
share a
they're
lot of our
completely
features
like us.
because they had
Yeah.
a similar climate. They had a similar
No. That's not what I mean. I mean like they're like, oh my god, how did you guys get out here? And they're like, they've existed for way longer than us, and they're just humans still, though. How
Yeah.
much do you think like that would fucking shake every one of the?
Oh,
fucking,
it would.
Like, how
It
much do you
would.
think
I think it would
society-
ruin the lives of like extreme Christians.
Do you think like Christians would start like burning down their churches?
No,
and
do
shit?
you know what they would do? They would just rewrite the Bible to say he made multiple Earths. They will continue.
Oh,
they will
yeah.
always cope.
It was
That's
read
what they did
between
with
the
dinosaurs,
lines.
right?
Read between the lines. It was written.
Didn't they do that with dinosaurs? They were like, oh yeah, they talked about like great Goliaths in this chapter of the Bible, and that were the dinosaurs. It's like, what?
No,
What do you mean?
that's moronic.
None of us are religious, right?
No,
No.
and like I've said, I think in
I'm
episode
not like
1,
anti-religious.
I've got no problem with you finding you having
Yeah.
faith, but organized religion is a
I
scam.
do.
Dinosaurs didn't exist with people. You fucking idiots.
Yeah, dinosaurs are not related to people.
You're saying
If
that
you're
we
a Christian-
didn't ride dinosaurs? What the fuck? Dude, what
You're
the
saying Jesus wasn't white and muscular on the cross? What do you mean?
Dude, that's a lie. That's a lie. The atheists are trying to
Dude,
tell
I
you that's
love
a
how like
lie.
American Christians will flip the fuck out the second you say that.
Isn't
Hey,
it?
Jesus wasn't
this little
white.
guy, yeah, this little Jewish guy who got like put on a cross in like olden times, he wasn't a white guy, like white blonde guy.
The funny thing is, the funny thing is,
He was white.
Jesus statistically was probably like 4'10".
Yeah, I love that
Also, like-
too.
He's also a Middle Eastern guy.
Yeah,
No.
Yeah.
cool guy.
Jesus
I
was
could
probably a
Goomba stomp the
4'10"
shit out
Middle
of
Eastern
Jesus.
guy.
Okay, no.
Anyway,
Here's a good
space
question.
is so cool.
No, no.
It's so pretty. It's so pretty. There are billions and
that's
billions of
I
planets,
have to ask this
billions and
question.
billions of galaxies. My computer
Mike,
can't handle
please.
the rendering.
Mike, I have to ask this question. Do you think at like the peak of Jesus' life, when he's like, you know, he's eating plenty of shit and he's like doing fine, do you think you could win a fight against Jesus?
What the fuck? I'm not answering that question.
He's a
Come
demigod,
on!
dude. He's a
4'10".
demigod.
4'10".
No, he's not. He
He's a
can turn
little
fucking
manlet.
water to wine. He can't fucking fist
The
fight.
man.
Yeah, he walked on water, yeah? How do we know the water wasn't ice?
So he's a coward. He ran away on the water.
The water was frozen.
But he's
I
also
can do that.
like he's also
gonna
the
be so
son
many
of the
people
most
upset.
powerful being.
No. I mean, what did he
could
really
cure
do in terms of like his
blindness.
powers? He turned water to wine. He walked on water. He
cured
healed some
someone's
sick
blindness.
people. He cured some sick people. Okay, he didn't hurt anyone though. I'm going by his
Because
power
of-
set. Okay, I'm power
Christianity
scaling
isn't
him.
about hurting people.
I'm power scaling Jesus.
Because Christianity isn't about hurting people. It's about
Exactly. So I could kick his ass.
But he would convert you in the process.
You would
That's
find
one of
the
his powers.
Lord while you're fighting
He
him.
touches my head and cures my autism. Oh! He Butch Hartman's me. You know, he just
Oh, Sammy, that reminds me of fucking what I said last night when we were playing Fall Guys. By the way, yeah,
What?
I hate Fall Guys, but we had an idea where it's Fall Guys, but if you get eliminated, they turn off your pacemaker.
it's a battle royale for kids in a cancer ward.
Yeah. So it's like you get the
no!
Fall Guys pacemaker installed, and then it looks like the little guy, you know. It looks like the little guy.
Fall Guys brand pacemaker.
Yeah.
Mr. Beast has a skin with it.
Mr. Beast pacemaker, and then I've hidden a perfectly good heart in the middle of all these pacemakers.
He's just the kids are like they're just trying their best to game and they're just keel over.
Right,
They
you
make the
know,
Fall Guys
Now
noise
that
and
is
the fucking
dealing with
element-
overpopulation.
They have,
You know
they have a
that's-
monitor. They have a monitor above their beds, and it just flashes the eliminated like thing on it that makes the noise, and then they just fucking keel over.
you know that new like suicide thing in like was it Sweden or some shit? That suicide pod.
Oh, the suicide pod.
Yeah. So what you go in there? There's just a screen above you. You're playing like PUBG or like Fortnite, and when you get eliminated, you get killed.
They just turn on the
I
gas.
if you die in the game, you die in real life.
To the cancer kid things. Cancer kids can game. I know this from experience.
No, yeah.
Um,
I agree.
There was there was a time when I was a kid and they thought I had like lung cancer or something, and they took me to a kids hospital. And I was just, they didn't tell me, by the way, my parents. They just kind of were like, yeah, we're going to the kids hospital for like some
Heisenberg
checkups.
Guys, what's your opinion on the suicide pod?
No, wait, let me finish the story.
Okay.
I played Sonic 06
think
for the
you
first
should go.
time with a bunch of cancer kids. But that's it.
And they could fucking game.
Yeah, they could kick ass with shit. They,
Bro,
were playing
they
Smash
got
Bros to the
they
side.
got nothing to live
They were-
for.
They were playing
So-
what was it,
Well,
Brawl? I think it was Brawl, and they were kicking ass, and it was fucking sick.
What do you
Okay,
guys
suicide
actually? What do
pod.
you guys actually think about the suicide pod? Me personally, I think it's a great idea.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand what you're talking about.
You don't?
In Sweden,
It's-
they
So,
designed
It's
a
like
basically-
pod.
Futurama.
It's for old people who want to like not live anymore and just want to die
Euthanasia
peacefully.
coaster.
Yeah, it's euthanasia.
Futurama.
It's euthanasia. Yeah,
Futurama.
it's a euthanasia
It's the
pod.
Futurama suicide booth.
It is.
That's all
It's
it
literally
Yeah.
just a comfy bed where you lay in it and then die.
They're
There's no
3D
extra
printed.
painful setting though. It won't stab
Is
you
it
with
like
a
an
knife.
age? Is it like an age requirement? Like, do you have to be like?
I think
80
it's
or-
no. It's like
You
age,
have to be 80 to kill yourself.
illness. It can be like if you have a terminal illness, all that stuff. It's purely conceptual right
But
now.
you have to
like,
provide. You have to provide proof of like.
Do you have to put like a
suffering.
$5 bill?
Yeah, I
in?
think-
No,
But
I saw
basically-
I saw a video earlier of like an old guy, and he didn't have like any illness or whatever. Like he was just quite old. And he just didn't want to live, and he
Just
did
hopped
that.
in.
Yeah, no, you have to like sign it. You have to like say like they say to you like, oh, you
sign a
like,
waiver.
Yeah, it's like an
Like,
abortion thing, right?
is your mind okay? Like you're not crazy,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And you have to
yeah.
like answer and shit. And then
Sound-
like yeah,
sound
you
mind.
actually have to administer the thing yourself.
That thing
Like
would be like barely used, wouldn't it? If they're like doing a psychological test, because most people who want to kill themselves are just mentally ill.
yeah, like me.
Yeah.
Rowan, it's okay. Come here, give me a kiss.
Animates. Does like a 24 frames per second animation of Rowan and Sammy kissing.
Do a 24,
Do
do a
it.
24 frames per second animation of Rowan getting in the suicide pod.
You do it. You
I'll
animated
do it.
Rowan.
Yeah, I'll do. That'll be the clip for this
do
episode.
it. Do it. Do it.
It's just like a really sad, somber clip of Rowan getting into.
Y'all
the-
thought,
The planet
y'all thought
just-
my Super Mega animation was sad? Wait until you see Rowan commit suicide.
and-
No,
No.
At the
It's
at
not
the
that.
end of this episode, Rowan suddenly animates. He just gets up from his seat and he just fucking walks off.
Oh my
and then
god!
it's
Whoops.
Like
No,
like
no,
in
no,
the
no, no.
podcast set, man just gets up and goes and kills himself. He just hangs himself in the middle of the podcast set.
No. What happens? What happens? Like I just get up, walk off screen, just hear a gunshot and a flash.
It says like
Hear from the
Sweden
distance.
brand
Yes, that's
suicide gun.
Run, when you eventually leave the podcast due to like good career or whatever, we just move on and like we
Surely.
slowly whittle down. That'll be how you leave the show.
Remember this. Remember
Mike,
this on
Mike,
episode 2000.
Remember this for the
Mike.
lore.
Let me pitch something to
Episode
you about the Rowan
2000?
animation, right?
Yeah.
Let me pitch something to you. So,
How long is it gonna take?
it's a booth, right? It's a suicide booth. It says suicide in big red letters on the side, right? It's really dimly lit. Like it's like a spotlight on the
It's
booth.
got neon lights.
Almost. No, it's just got like a spotlight on the booth, you know, like just like coming down from the sky. Everything else is black. You see Rowan, head hung low, walk to the booth, open the door, and close it, and then it's literally just like it's just the outside of the booth for like 30 seconds, and nothing else. And the sad music just gets louder and louder.
Jesus.
Jesus, Sammy. I thought you were gonna say it's just fucking like the fucking Fall Guys thing
And then the
plays
box
again.
And then the
Explodes.
pacemaker turns off. Fucking.
No, and then Rowan wakes up.
Also, I did the math just now. 2,000 weeks is 38 years.
Jesus.
Are we gonna be doing the podcast for 38 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At this rate, I'm gonna kill Rowan before that fucking happens.
Yeah.
When are we
Please
gonna
do.
go visit Aaron Fechter's
When are we gonna
factory?
go do an
Oh.
episode IRL together?
You know
When
what?
we
That'll be
visit
that'll be
Factory.
the 5th year. I'll say that.
I would love to
Fifth
do an
year.
IRL episode of the podcast.
5th year, we take a tour of Aaron Fechter's factory.
Yeah.
That's what
If
we
he's
do.
still alive and doesn't blow himself up,
Well, then we go to his
That's what we
estate
go
and
then
we
we
look
go
at
to
all
his
that shit.
grave.
Jesus.
Oh.
His grave is the warehouse,
That's
Mike. How do you not
true.
understand that?
That's true.
But no, that's why we do it sooner than
He
later.
would
it's only
want
$200.
to have an endoskeleton put in his carcass.
So,
You know.
Sammy, would you want it to be like episode 52, like a straight year?
I don't know. It doesn't have to be a certain episode. We just gotta go.
No, it does. It has to be a special occasion.
Yeah, it would have to be a
absolutely
special
does.
occasion, an anniversary.
Yeah.
All right, sure. 1 year from 4 weeks ago.
Jesus, that's
For-
so ambitious.
Uh,
On a
okay,
We can
anniversary.
definitely save up money.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see if that happens.
But
It could.
also, fucking Rowan is agoraphobic. Like, Rowan can't even leave his house. He's not gonna leave the country. Not to
yeah,
go to
we have to go to
Florida.
Florida.
Hell nah. Fuck
We'll set,
that.
we'll
That's
set up like a robot
Don't you
thing for
have
him to go in. We'll
have
set up-
family in Florida?
yeah. My uncle from Florida
Okay,
is
you'll be
literally in my
fine
house
then.
right now.
Oh,
He's literally right here.
oh. Can we get your uncle on the podcast?
No.
We'll just do
Can we
like a
get-
fucking. Oh
can we get a-
god.
Should I get my dad on the podcast right now?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Why?
My mum wants to be on the
Why?
podcast. Like, actually.
Oh, we
My
all
dad
have
was-
parents. Mm.
My dad almost did the Pepsi tour. Is that podcastable enough?
What the
We're an
fuck?
hour in. I don't know if we have enough time.
No, I'm talking about the future.
Okay. Also, I think we should.
My dad-
Eventually.
I think we should do an
sure.
episode in VR chat one day. I think that'd be really cool.
Okay.
Yes, we all need
no,
models.
this could be the last bit that we talk about. Fuck VR chat.
Oh?
Fuck VR chat. Fuck VR chat. There's like a
Because your
better
model
thing.
isn't working.
Yeah, well that. They fucking what kind of fucking okay,
Walk
so
me through this. I'm not. I don't know what you're talking about.
in order to make a avatar
Yes.
in VR chat, you have to make it in a 3D program and then you have to bring it into Unity. Unity fucking sucks. Alright? Or to be specific, older
It
versions
is.
of Unity fucking suck. VR chat for some fucking reason has decided that they're not gonna update their engine anymore, and they're gonna stay in a specific 2019 version of Unity. But they decided they're still gonna update the VRM. The VRM is basically everything that like does the programming to make sure that the model works how you want it to. That's basically what that
Yeah.
is. The VRM just went from VRM 2.0 to 3.0. And it refuses to work with a specific Unity version they fucking make you use. And it's fucking stupid. And I fucking hate it. It's so annoying. So fuck VR chat. There's a better one that looks better that I found that I'm gonna look into.
Oh?
It's called like
Called
Emos or
Star-
something.
It's
called
called
what?
Star Citizen.
It's called like Emos or some shit. I don't know. It's a lot of
Emos.
furries are on it, but it's like it's so far it looks like it's a much better like avatar system for making avatars and shit, where it's all just in the program already.
But it's not VR chat.
You said it,
Yeah.
but shut up. It's better than VR chat from the looks of it. It looks way better. That's another thing. VR
Emos.
chat just doesn't look good a lot of the time because it's such a low poly count a lot of
I
the time.
don't think it's called emos.
I don't know what it is. Like VR chat clone. Look that up.
Hmm.
VR chat clone.
Bro, I am melting right now.
okay.
I don't know if I fared on.
Alright, I will, I'll say one more thing and then we can close out the show, I think.
Yeah.
We can really briefly talk about well-known FNAF YouTuber Theft King.
Oh
Fuck
no.
you. Fuck you. You are
Rowan
a
and
child.
Sammy can take a break.
Yeah, Rowan and
'cause
Sammy,
of
you guys
context.
take a break. So, Theft King was initially, me and DC thought, quite a good YouTuber. He makes informative content about the goings on in the FNAF community. Shut up. He was well spoken. He was balanced a lot of the time. Talked about a lot of just interesting stuff, right? Broke the news about
negatives of
the
the
controversy
FNAF
we talked
community.
in episode 1, the like FNAF drama stuff then. But then he started like really honing in and being kind of mean to one of the developers, Kane Carter, who made Pop Goes. And Kane is like,
be fair,
Kane is kind of a dick, but he's not a bad person. He's just a peculiar
Well, Kane
one.
just doesn't like it whenever somebody talks like about the negative shit that goes on with the Fanverse
Yeah,
initiative.
Kane wants things to
Which,
be
like-
positive. Fair enough, I get it. But
Well, I don't, because it's like, okay, I understand you're a part of this thing and a lot of your friends are, that's fine.
I think
You want your games to be successful. I don't think anyone's talking shit about their games
the
specifically.
thing about
but-
they're talking shit about the idea of the fanverse, and I think that just bugs
Yeah.
Kane because Kane is the only person that's like active enough to speak on it. But
Yeah.
but like point is, Theft has always had like a thing against Kane. But then
wouldn't say
the other
always.
day he did a well, not always, no, recently, and then
Yeah.
he did a live stream where he was like fake crying and like calling Kane. He said unironically, his exact words were, I think Kane Carter is an evil, vindictive person, and if there were a hell, he would burn for eternity.
Jesus.
Which is just
Yeah,
so
this is
stupid.
FNAF
This,
drama.
this kid, and also, I thought Theft King was like a kid, like kind of young. He's 30.
Yeah.
So, grow up. Theft King, do better. And I think that's it from me.
Yeah. Rowan left, so...
Yeah, Rowan had to go.
God damn it!
We
were so
Rowan.
close!
We were so close.
I'm gonna give a shit about that later.
But yeah, Rowan says goodbye. I say goodbye.
No, Rowan's fired.
DC says goodbye.
fired from the podcast
Sammy
now.
is.
Yeah, Rowan's
Yeah,
fired.
Rowan's fired this week. But I'm sure he'll be back next week because Mr. Bezos doesn't
Yeah.
like us not firing people.
Yeah.
We don't get bathroom
I guess
breaks
it's-
when we do this, so
I guess it's not our call to fire people on our show.
No, it's not.
But it's fine.
we all know the room is in charge of who's here and who isn't. So
Yeah.
anyway, thank you for listening. Get the other episodes to 1,000 views. Thanks.